Okay, welcome everyone. Build Out here. Super excited about this video. The title of this video is called A Work Breakdown Structure, WBS, a project manager's best friend. I love that title, right? Build Out here. I'm super excited about this video, right? In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of a work breakdown structure, a WBS, and why it really is a project manager's best friend. It's an essential topic for project managers to understand the scope of their project, right? A WBS documents the scope of the project. So having a tool like WBS Schedule Pro, for example, is a great way to really understanding graphically the scope of your project. Okay, before I continue, let me introduce myself. My name is Bill Dow. I have 30 plus years of hands-on experience. I've been working in the project management industry for 30 years. I've done this over and over again, and this whole YouTube channel is focused on PMOs and project management. Over the last 20 years, I've managed 10 PMOs across 4 different companies. I love it. I'm passionate about it. I live and breathe this stuff, and I live and breathe sharing best practices and really my 30 years of experience with you guys so you can learn and be the best that you can be in your PMO and project manager roles. So again, thank you so much for watching, but let's dive into this. I recently had a conversation with my co-author, Bruce Taylor. Bruce is a 50-plus year construction project manager, knows project management inside and out, and we were talking about the importance of WBSs on projects, right? Bruce has been developing WBS structure for his projects for years, and he actually wrote in our first book and our second book, the Project Management Communication Tools, he wrote the WBS chapter because it's so important on projects, and he lives this stuff inside and out, and as a construction project manager, it's even more important on construction projects. So Bruce strongly believes in WBSs. I strongly believe in them as well, and I think you as a project manager, if you want to understand graphically the scope of your project, you're going to understand them as well. So what is it? Let's step back. What is a WBS? It's a work breakdown structure. It ensures that the project includes all the identified work tasks that need to be completed for the project. Bruce always says if it's not in the WBS, it's not in the scope of the project. It includes the descriptions, the cost, the time, risk, quality, resources, right, for each activity. Within each work package, the WBS helps identify the project deliverables for customers and team members. They know exactly what they're going to get within that work package. That makes sense? Okay, so let's talk about the benefits. If you're not sold, let's talk about the benefits. Number 1, it identifies all the project work. The WBS communicates all the work on a project. It's a single repository that displays the information for all project deliverables, saving time and effort for searching for project information because you're going to see it within the WBS. It defines the scope and the deliverables. The top level of the WBS shows the organization of the work elements into larger categories. Each element in the WBS has a parent and child relationship, which makes it very easy to identify, right? How they're connected together. Number 3, it supports activity estimates and time and cost. By developing a WBS, you can support accurate time and cost estimates for each activity. Number 4, facilitates communications. A WBS is helpful for all project team members, providing a clear graphical display of all project work items, right? Each team member and stakeholders can refer to the WBS to understand the project deliverables and their specific work items. Number 5, manages change effectively, right? So the WBS is essentially all the work on the project. So if the project scope changes, you're going to put a change to the WBS. Does that make sense? Okay, I want to pause for a second and ask you a quick question. Are you using WBSs on your projects? Do you have tools that you use to create? Do you use PowerPoint? Do you use WBS Schedule Pro? Do you use Visio? Right? Comment below. Let me know if you're using and creating a graphical representation, a WBS, for your project. All right, let's keep going. Now let's talk about creating a WBS. When developing a WBS, consider these points. 1. It's a systematic breakdown of the project's objectives and scope in a hierarchical format, right? The project level is a project objective and the deliverables assigned to it. The next level defines the major segments of the planned objective and deliverables, right? So if you think about a WBS, rebuild a kitchen, you're going to say, rebuild the walls, buy the appliances, right? You're going to see that top level major components. And then you're going to break down, buy appliances, buy a stove, buy a fridge, buy a microwave. And you're going to see that in that hierarchy. Does that make sense? WBS dictionary, we see that term a lot. What is that? That WBS dictionary is a document that defines and describes all the work performed in each WBS element. It should include enough detail to produce a comprehensive statement of work and should be accessible to all project stakeholders. So you should be creating dictionaries as well. What about a WBS and a PMO? Well, again, when a PMO oversees multiple projects, having WBSs and seeing very quickly what's in the scope of every project is a critical tool. I've been running PMOs for 20 years. I've used WBS Schedule Pro, which allows me to look at WBSs using Project Schedule or Microsoft Project for years and years and years. It's one of the greatest tools out there. So as a PMO leader and someone who really knows the space well, I use WBSs and PMOs all the time. Does that make sense? Okay, let's summarize and wrap up today. We covered the importance of using a WBS, a work breakdown structure. We talked about how to create one. We talked about the benefits for managing scope, time, and costs. A WBS is a foundational tool for every project manager, regardless of the size and the criticality of that project. Every project needs to be broken down into manageable scope, manageable sizes, and then using a WBS, you can graphically see what's in the scope of the project. I can't stress that enough. Remember, the real question here is not whether or not to have a WBS, because it really is a project manager's best friend. It is, how are you going to go out and start using that today? Great. Quick reminder, just if you like these videos, you like this type of information, like, subscribe, hit that little bell. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you online. Thanks.